Severe thunderstorms rolling through Rutherford County often carry straight-line winds and downbursts exceeding 100 miles per hour. That sheer physical force rips through trees and batters everything in its path. But the next morning, the storm has passed. You walk down your driveway, look up at your house, and everything looks perfectly fine. The roof is still there, so you assume you dodged a bullet. Most dangerous wind damage is actually quite subtle, consisting of physical failures that are difficult to detect from the ground without a professional eye. This diagram shows what actually happens when high winds hit your home. As wind rushes over the top of the roof, it creates a vacuum. This is called uplift pressure. Instead of pushing down, the wind actually pulls the edge of the shingles upward. As this uplift pressure continues throughout the storm, it pulls and stresses the fragile adhesive seal that bonds your entire roofing system together. Broken seals leave the underlying structure vulnerable, turning a once protected home into a liability before the next rainstorm. Evidence of a failure often starts in the grass. A missing shingle means the primary water-shedding surface is gone, leaving the delicate underlayment exposed to direct UV sunlight and immediate moisture. Fallen branches present a different risk. Even a glancing blow can create hidden structural punctures or crack the wooden decking hidden deep beneath the shingles. Heavy granule buildup in your gutters indicates the shingles have suffered severe surface abrasion, losing the mineral layer that protects the asphalt from the sun. This debris field provides the physical proof of a compromised barrier that requires immediate investigation. To understand the full scope of the problem, we have to look closely at the roof itself. When a professional inspector gets up there, they are looking for specific mechanical breakdowns that an untrained eye will almost always miss. This animated cross-section shows the lifted shingle. Wind forces the black adhesive strip to snap. The shingle tab flaps freely. With the seal broken, subsequent gusts lift the shingle repeatedly. This motion acts like a crowbar, physically enlarging the nail holes directly beneath. This repeated bending leads to what inspectors call a creased mat. The wind forcefully folds the shingle tab backward, bending the material so hard that it leaves a permanent crease, even without completely tearing the shingle off. This specific crease does not happen from normal weathering or aging. It is a permanent structural distortion caused by pure wind force, and it completely ruins the material's ability to shed rain. The catch is that when the wind stops blowing, these broken, creased shingles lay completely flat. From your driveway, a totally compromised roof can look absolutely perfect. The real danger arrives a few days later with the next rainstorm. Water flows over those broken seals, completely bypassing the shingle, and funnels directly into those newly enlarged nail holes. This X-ray diagram illustrates what happens next. Blue liquid seeps past the underlayment, spreading horizontally across the brown wooden decking. Gravity then pulls that moisture down into your attic. It soaks the insulation and quietly creeps down the interior wooden wall framing. By the time a water stain bubbles on a living room ceiling, the moisture has already saturated the interior structure, marking the final stage of a catastrophic intrusion. Roofing systems suffer from progressive failure. Once that initial damage happens, leaving it exposed guarantees that the next, even minor windstorm will effortlessly tear away the rest of those weakened materials. Trapped moisture also causes massive secondary structural issues. Wet wood begins to soften and rot, creating the perfect environment for microbial mold to rapidly bloom and spread inside your closed wall cavities. Time is also your enemy when dealing with insurance. Carriers demand a clear, documented timeline to prove the damage was caused by a sudden storm rather than standard wear, aging, or poor maintenance. Delaying an inspection does double damage. It allows structural rot to take hold, while simultaneously destroying your ability to file a successful, fully funded insurance claim. After a storm, your first rule is safety. Do not climb up on the roof to look for damage yourself. Walking on wet, unstable, and structurally compromised decking is incredibly dangerous. Instead, walk the perimeter of your yard and take photos of any debris or fallen branches. Then, if it is safe to do so, check your attic for wet insulation, a damp, musty smell, or visible daylight showing through. Finding those hidden mechanical failures requires a professional eye. A documentation-based inspection provides the exact photographic evidence and timeline you need to properly handle the insurance conversation. If severe weather has rolled through your neighborhood, contact trusted Roofing Murfreesboro immediately. Secure an inspection before the next rain turns an invisible broken seal into a structural disaster.